everybody, welcome back to my channel. In this video I have something super exciting to share with you. I have a niche luxury haul that I have been gathering the last few weeks. Beautiful fragrances that I've been wanting to add for my collection for a long time. None of them are blind buys, which is a rare. These are all fragrances that I either tested before or I smelled in store before, and I finally was able to get my hands on a bottle. So if you want to learn more about the fragrances that are new to my collection, stay tuned. For those that is their first time seeing my face, hi, welcome. My name is Moraima. In this channel, I share some of my passions such as self-care, fragrance, and decor. And I hope you would consider subscribing and hitting that notification bell so that you are notified every time that I bring videos on a weekly basis and you are the first to know of everything that we are sharing in this channel. For my returning subscribers, how are you? I hope you are doing amazing and thank you so much for joining me in another video. I want to share with you guys, as I said, a niche haul, some of the recent things that I have added to my collection, and I know that some of you already have these fragrances. So let's get chatting about these scents. So it's not going to be 100% a first impression because a lot of these fragrances I had the opportunity to smell them before I bought, which I always suggest try before you buy, whether it is at the store with a sample, getting a decant. There's so many ways today that we have an opportunity to smell scents before we get them. Yes, the process is longer, so without further ado, let's get to it. There's no particular order in these fragrances. The next one is another fun chypre floral that I've been wanting to add to my collection for the longest time, and this is Rouge Trafalgar by the House of Dior. Oh my god, I've been wanting to get this one for the longest time. It comes in the beautiful Dior box. You probably can see it because of the lights, but it comes in the typical Dior box, and then in here you have the fragrance. It's a beautiful, clear, very simple. I love the minimalist look of Dior's fragrances. It has the magnetic cap, which I adore, and it's strong enough. It's a magnet that is strong enough that you can actually grab it by the lid and not fall. You know that is my test for my bottles. So the packaging is definitely very simple, very clean and minimalistic with the label and your magnetic cap. This is a fruit berry splash all in one bottle. If you want the combination of a burst of berries and a touch of citrus, then this is the one. Let's give it a spray. So we have, and we can take a look. It's a beautiful mist. It opens with a lot of blackcurrant and raspberry. It's really yummy. It's definitely a beautiful daytime perfume. This is a white t-shirt and jeans type of fragrance. It's not going to be a going out type of fragrance. This is going to be more casual, great for either a barbecue, hanging with your friends, going over your parents' house, anything that doesn't require too much high maintenance and you just want something fresh, beautiful, fruity, fun. This is going to be a really good choice. Let's take a look at the notes. On the main accords, we have fruity, sweet, citrus, cherry, and musky. And then on the actual notes, we're starting with raspberry, strawberry, cherry, mandarin. On the middle notes, blackcurrant, grapefruit. On the base notes, we have musk and patchouli. So although it's a very fruity type of fragrance, the patchouli definitely gives it that projection and it makes it last. It just helps with that performance. It's really fun. This could often be compared with Dolce & Gabbana L'Imperatrice. So it's in that kind of vibe. And ever since I discovered for the very first time the House of Dior on the private line, this was the first one that stole my heart. And I've been wanting it for the longest time. It was sold out for the longest time, and I was finally able to get myself on a bottle. This, I believe, is the 125 ml, if I'm not mistaken. I don't need the large bottle. I don't even know who wears that much perfume. And when you have a larger collection, then definitely you don't need bottles that are going to be at that massive size. But nevertheless, super excited that I have this one. Let me know if you've smelled it. Let me know if you're curious about it. I may do a comparison between, I have a video that I'm planning on a lot of the fragrances that smell like and how you can find a cheaper or more affordable alternative. And this one I believe is going to make the list. So once again, this is Rouge Trafalgar by the House of Dior. The next one is another one that I fell completely madly in love the very first time that I smelled it. I could not believe that it was so incredibly beautiful. And it was one of those that it was hard to find because unfortunately we don't have counters or stores that sell them. So I had to get myself like a decant and then eventually find my way to get a bottle, and it was just all so worth it. And this one is called, I hope I don't butcher this name, La Danza de Libelulle by Nobile 1942. And this is what the box looked like. And I know that I've seen some other people review it on the platform, and I just think it's just a beautiful fragrance, and I needed to have a bottle as well because it is just gorgeous. Can you see? I don't know know if the camera is making it justice. This bottle is just beautiful. They have engraved on both sides their logo on the actual bottle, and the front has a plaque that actually has the name, and the lid also a magnetic lid, super heavy. You can obviously hold it by the top. You can see the quality in the packaging. You can see the attention to detail from this company. It is just wonderful. And I love how it's very antique looking. The gold of the cap and the actual plaque, it's like a brass type of gold or a brass type of color shade. This is a beautiful, when I say beautiful, extremely beautiful floral fruity gourmand. If you're a gourmand lover, you're going to enjoy this a lot. It has vanilla, coconut, cinnamon. It's powdery and it's a little bit spicy. But let's take a look at the sprayer. Okay, decent spray. It opens a little bit green, and I think it has a little bit to do with the bergamot that I'm sensing. But it's very beautiful. You can definitely detect the vanilla, but it's a different take on a vanilla. Let's take a look at the notes and chat a little bit more. On the main accords, we have vanilla, fruity, sweet, cinnamon, powdery, warm, spicy, coconut, fresh, and citrus. And for the notes, the very first note is something that I've been obsessed. I'm trying to find more fragrances, but it's starting with red apple. I'm trying to get more red apple fragrances. If you know any of really good red apple fragrances, please comment them below. It also has bergamot on the middle notes, cinnamon and cedar. On the base notes, vanilla, coconut, and musk. This is definitely a different take, a lot lighter than the apple pie type of fragrances. And it doesn't smell anything like angel shares. So it's not in that particular realm. It's more like in a custard type of scent, a lot more creamier than the typical apple pie, but you can smell the apple and you can smell the cinnamon, and the vanilla just makes it so creamy. And I think what gives it a little bit of that shift, and it doesn't let it go 100% into the apple pie realm, even though it has the apple and the cinnamon, is the vanilla, but mainly the coconut. The coconut brings it a little bit more creamy and tropical. This is also another really good transitioning one from summer to fall for sure. But this is exquisite, it's beautiful, and I'm so happy that I have it in my connection. Once again, La Danza del Libelulle by Nobile in 1942. The next one is another one that took me forever to find, but I'm so happy that I finally got my hands on. And I recently shared it in the Hot Summer Nights, I believe, video that I just did. If you haven't checked it out, I will put the card over here, where I talked about how this fragrance would be really ideal for a hot, sexy summer night. And this one is Atlas Garden by Les Vestiaires de Parfum de Yves St-Laurent, or YSL. This is their private or more upscale elevated collection, which I still consider that is niche, although YSL is not necessarily considered a niche brand. But at the price that it is, I'm going to consider it niche, or at least luxury designer. Look at this beautiful box. So first, let's take a look at the presentation. The box is beautiful. It's a beautiful cardboard. It's like a matte gold. And then when you open, here is the shiny gold. So this is a little bit more satiny, not necessarily so reflective. And this is like a super reflective bottle that comes housed in the, here it says Le Vestiaire de Parfum, Le Vestiaire de Parfum. And here is the bottle. This, I believe, is 125 milliliter. Let me see. Yes, this is 125. I don't want to blind you, so I'm going to try to like turn it a little bit like this. It comes with also a magnetic cap. As you can see, a lot of these high-end luxury brands have either magnetic caps or extremely heavy lids that are super tight. So as you can see, it tightens, and obviously you can hold it by the top. The bottom is just very plain, minimalistic, just a black label here at the top with the name Atlas Garden. This is an amber floral that starts to be a little bit in the gourmand-ish side to my nose. And it's a casual that is very transitional, so it can take you from casual to dressy. If you need to meet some friends afterwards and go for dinners, it could definitely work for that. I wouldn't wear it to go clubbing or something extremely dressy, or like a date night or something like that. But if you want something that is a little bit chill back, then this is a good contender. Let's take a look at the notes. On the main accords, we have sweet, citrus, white floral, amber, fruity, vanilla, and soapy. And for the notes, we're starting with mandarin orange, neroli, and bergamot. On the middle notes, we have orange blossom and dates. And on the base notes, we have tonka bean and ambroxan. And that ambroxan is definitely gonna help this perform a lot better. I don't have anything in my collection that I can compare this with. And at the same time, I've never smelled anything that I can compare this with. However, I do tell you that if you're looking for something that is floral, fruity, gourmand-ish, and you want something different, you may want to sniff this one because it's really, really nice. And I'm super happy to have it in my collection. Once again, this is Atlas Garden by YSL. We are down to the last two. The next fragrance is another one that it was hard. Because when I smelled the OG, I loved it. And then I smelled the flanker and I also loved it. And I said I want them both, but I can't have both. I can't afford both. I have to have them one at a time. And finally, I was able to find this one at a really, really good price and add it to my collection because I could not stop thinking about it. And this is the coveted Delina Exclusif. The beautiful pink box, as you can see. I don't know if you can see in the background, I have the sister, the OG Delina, and Delina Exclusif is another one that I said I really, really want to have this one. It's you can't choose. To me, I can't choose one over the other. This brings something different to the table, all while having the amazingness of what Delina is all about. So I'm sure you've seen this box before. It comes inside and there is the beautiful bottle that is just a work of art. So let me just get it out. So as I don't know if you can probably see, it comes in like a little cushiony throne. It has its own throne. And obviously you've seen it before. It has the little tassels, the Swarovski crystal right here at the top, and is exactly the same bottle as the OG Delina, but it only says Delina Exclusif. This one is not a magnetic cap, but it's one of those extremely tight lid that you can tell is quality because it's actually super heavy. And like I said, it has the Swarovski crystal over here. I don't know if my camera can focus. It is just gorgeous with the engravery of the logo of Parfums de Marly. Guys, I can smell this all day. If I can have a plug-in in my house or a candle that smelled like this, oh Lord Jesus, I would have it on all day long. It is just so creamy and beautiful, and I'm not even a fanatic of rose, but I don't know what's going on this year. As soon as I got more into niche fragrances, the way they make rose is beautiful, and Parfums de Marly is really, really good about making a beautiful rose. You can definitely smell the rose, but the combination of lychee and oud in this fragrance is so well blended. It's super, super, super well blended. That is delicate and it's beautiful and it's attractive and it's super addicting. And although it has oud, to my nose, I don't smell an extreme oriental quality about this fragrance. But I am just in love with this fragrance. I am in love. When I tell you that as soon as I was able to smell both of them, I absolutely love them. The only one I don't have is Delina La Rosée. I like it. I just don't know if I need to have that one as well in my collection since I have these other two. Let's take a look at the notes. On the main accords, we have rose, fruity, vanilla, amber, tropical, oud, fresh, sweet, woody, and floral. That is a really cool combination. Tropical, oud, and fresh. And for the notes, on the top notes, as you know, it starts with lychee and pear and bergamot. On the middle notes, we have Turkish rose, oud, incense, and then on the base notes, we have vanilla, amber, and woody notes. This is yummy and creamy and beautiful. And it's a fragrance that definitely I would wear more in the fall, winter, and even springtime. This is like my Delina for fall, winter, and spring, but it's just gorgeous. This fragrance is everything. I have never smelled anything that compares to this one. I absolutely love it, and I'm super excited to have it in my collection. Once again, this is Delina Exclusif by Parfums de Marly. And last but not least is another house that I've been dying to dive into their fragrances and start collecting them. I've had the opportunity to play with a few samples and smell and really have an idea of why they are so extremely popular, because a lot of people are talking about them on YouTube, but obviously another fragrance that we don't have a counter locally and I couldn't really smell them. So after hearing a ton of amazing things on the platform, I decided that I needed to start diving into some of these scents. And I'm talking about the house of Initio. And this one is Initio Side Effect. This is so, so good, guys. Well, first let's talk about the packaging. It's like a hard box, and it has the Initio name at the top, their logo at the front, the label at the bottom. It comes with a sleeve, but obviously I took it out for purpose of the video. And then typically you open it up and here is your fragrance. It has some literature in the back, information about the fragrance, and then you get it out also like the other fragrances. It has its own little throne, and here is the bottle. all purple, matte purple as well, with a gold plaque here at the top with the name, logo, label, and pretty much that's it. Nothing else in the back. That's it for the packaging. And I think it's really, really beautiful packaging. I love the purple that represents royalty and obviously upscale, elevated, and it's just incredible. This is a beautiful, rich amber fragrance. Oh, I don't even need to spray it. I mean, it's open and I can smell it from here. It is incredible. The House of Initio has incredible reputation for projection, sillage, and just performance overall. This is definitely a winter, fall, winter scent. You smell vanilla and cinnamon, and it has tobacco and rum. Two very strong distinctive notes. So good. Let's take a look at the notes. On the main accords, it has vanilla, rum, tobacco, warm, spicy, sweet, cinnamon, woody, and powdery. And for the notes, very simple. The cocktail includes rum, vanilla, tobacco, and cinnamon. This is beautiful. To me, this is what I want, or what I wish leathery scents smelled like. This has that beautiful, sophisticated, a little bit leathery feel, but obviously it's the rum and the tobacco that gives it just like a richness to this fragrance. This is definitely money. This says money. And I was afraid because of the notes that it was going to smell a little too much like Kilian's Angel's Share, but it doesn't. It's completely different. It's definitely a fragrance on its own category. This is a dressy fragrance. This is not casual. This is not going to the movies. Obviously, as you know, this is, take it with a grain of salt. You wear what you want, when you want, how you feel comfortable. The fragrance is for you. My personal take is that I wouldn't wear this fragrance during the day or going to the gym or going shopping at the mall or going to buy groceries. Not like that. To me, this would be a dressy going out where it's a little bit cooler outside, because these strong notes are going to shine and they're just going to leave a beautiful, beautiful sillage. I love it, and I cannot wait for the cooler days so I can enjoy this fragrance. There's so many others from the House of Initio that I want to explore, and this is the very first one, and I'm not disappointed with the performance and everything, and I'm just super excited that I have it in my collection. Once again, this is Side Effect by the House of Initio. We have reached the end. Thank you so much for joining me in another video. I hope you have enjoyed this haul and all of the new fragrances that I have added to my collection. I'm definitely going to create a ton of content with them, and I'm going to try to find creative ways to really give you good recommendations and allow you to give you more information about how these fragrances are best to use or in which scenarios. If you have any of these fragrances, let me know in the comments below. How do you like them? How do they perform on you? Do you not like them at all? Or have you been curious in getting into any of these fragrances? Thank you so much for joining me in another video. If you haven't subscribed, please do so before you leave. Hit the notification bell. Give this video a thumbs up if you like this video, or if you like the fragrances that I shared today. My returning subscribers, you know how it is. Virtual hug. I love you to the moon and back, and till the next video. Bye bye.